All right, there have been a lot of rumors about the Cybertruck and different variants thereof. Well, we may have an indication that this is definitely coming true. We've heard lots of things in the background, lots of whispers about the Cybertruck, and I think it might actually happen. And I'll tell you why in just a moment. Also, we're going to cover a little bit more about the Cybertruck being released in Korea and a little bit more Korean news. So stay tuned. I'll show you all the details in just a minute, and we'll be right back. Hey, welcome back. So, as I told you, straight up, I have heard a lot of rumors over the last several months. There have been a lot of whispers coming out of Tesla. And I really didn't want to say much simply because, well, it was uncorroborated, and you know how these whispers go sometimes. And, well, yeah. But as you know, the Cybertruck currently has 3 variants. You have the all-wheel drive version, you have the Cyber Beast, and you have the long-range version, which, yeah, I don't know if you want that one. But what if I were to tell you there's a 4th version that Tesla has been working on? We have a little bit of proof of that today.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, thank you, allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah.
They've actually worked on it. How far they've gotten in it? Because they've obviously been working on it. They've been doing something.
Well, it's a hint they've dropped, right?
Yeah, Tesla has dropped a hint. Right. And what we're talking about is the Cybertruck SUV. Yes, you heard me correctly. The Cybertruck SUV may be dropped. A lot of people thought this was going to be a smaller version of a Cybertruck or some alternate version. No, we're talking Cybertruck SUV, such that they're taking away the bed of the vehicle and putting in another 3rd row of seats and making it, well, SUV. I don't know about you, but I kind of like that idea. I love the truck. I really do, but SUV.
Well, you know, I'm an SUV guy, you know, and to be honest, I was never a fan of the Cybertruck look. It always looked like a moon, something that was made for the moon.
Mars.
Or Mars, you know, or some people would say, oh, it looks like a trash compactor, you know? So unless you customize it, like yours is really customized, with the steel gray, bare one, it just looks like, you know, it just kind of just put a trapezoid on top of there. So to have an SUV, that might tip me over the top to go ahead and get a Tesla. I don't know. Assuming it has FSD, you know, full self-driving and stuff like that, which I would imagine it would, right?
Right. It's a Tesla, so it's going to have all of that.
Right.
It's really going to. So, Cybertruck SUV, right? I mean, this has a lot of potential. We're talking 3rd row seating, command seating in the middle. In fact, as you may know, the Tesla Model Y just recently came out with the Model Y L to give that 3rd row seating. It's going to be pretty nice. I would really look forward, and this is a game changer of a product for real. So, how do we know? I mean, what's the indications of this? Like I said, we've heard rumors from a few different sources out of Tesla that they were working on the SUV, but we now have some hard proof of that. And believe it or not, the proof lies within Tesla themselves, and they have quite probably have dropped an Easter egg. Whether it was intentional or not, we don't know.
It definitely was intentional. You know, we do film. We know there's no mistakes in the background or anything. There's no mistakes. So it definitely was meant to bring in some sort of hype. But it doesn't tell you a time frame. It doesn't tell you if it's, you know.
True. There's no time frame on this. So we're going to show you a video here very shortly. And what I want you to do is just take a look at it real quick.
Humans are tool makers. And at Tesla, we are builders of physical products at scale that make life better for all. We have been working tirelessly to create the foundation for a technological renaissance through the development of electric vehicles, energy products, and humanoid robots. This next chapter will be on an even grander scale than we have yet to see. We are building the products and services that bring AI into the physical world. We are combining our manufacturing capabilities with our autonomous prowess to accelerate global prosperity. we are building a safer, cleaner, and more enjoyable world for all. We call this sustainable abundance.
What's the happiest future you can imagine? One which there's sustainable abundance for all.
So you notice right there at the 38-second mark, right? There's a clay version of what I think looks like a Model Y.
Right.
Truth be told, a Model Y being shaped out in clay, and for all that we know, that's where that kind of gives us a time frame of when this might have come, when this video may have been filmed, which would have been about somewhere beginning of last year, somewhere in that neighborhood, unless they were doing this for the Model YL, in which case this would have been earlier this year.
Right.
Or maybe end of last year, somewhere in that neighborhood, which would fit with what I've been hearing in terms of this vehicle. However, if you look just to the left of this vehicle, up on the shelf in the background, you will see a few models sitting on a shelf that looks suspiciously like a Cybertruck.
Cybertruck SUV.
Cybertruck SUV, complete with the blacked out windows in the back. Clearly, there's no bed to this vehicle. This is clearly an SUV of some type, and it looks like a Cybertruck.
It looks like a Cybertruck in the front and an SUV in the back. I like that. That's nice.
This video was put out by Tesla themselves under their master plan 4. They were highlighting their master plan and what they were trying to accomplish. We can go into that much later. But they were doing this as an advertising thing and with a sizzle reel, and it just so happened they put this little Easter egg in the background for us. So let us know in the comments. Let us know what you think. Do you think Tesla did this on purpose? Was this an accident? Was it an Easter egg? Because this was a little bit more than convenient. And right about now, Tesla is introducing several new models of vehicles, most of which I think are going to do really, really well. And a Cybertruck SUV may be just the thing to get folks excited.
Well, I mean, I like that they are finally putting stuff together, because I hear a lot of complaints. Oh, they're not releasing everything, a new model every year. That's kind of like been the complaints I've been hearing. And then, people are saying, oh, the Cybertruck sales are slow. So I wonder whether putting out a Cybertruck SUV is going to invigorate those sales, or is it going to kind of help Tesla? Do you really think that it's going to give it that bump it needs, because they've been saying sales are slumping and things like that?
That dovetails right into what I was going to talk about next. So Tesla has announced that they are releasing the Cybertruck now in Korea. Before they released it in Saudi Arabia. And so now the second place outside of the US the Cybertruck is now launching is in Korea. And I think Tesla has learned from their mistakes on this one because they are no longer marketing this as everybody's truck.
Right.
Because I think that's where they went wrong. A lot of people like to make out like the Cybertruck was a failure, it didn't do that well, but that's not exactly true. When you put it into the category of the price where it's located, it kind of sells right alongside of everything that's in that price category.
So would you say something like a F-150? Is it kind of comparable to that?
Yes.
Okay.
Because F-150s, and I have to stress, new F-150s, because the newer F-150s are $85,000 plus. I mean, I've seen sticker prices of over 100 grand for an F-150. Guess what? They're not selling.
They're not selling? Okay.
They're not selling in the droves that they thought they were going to at 100 grand. Maybe they did during COVID, but definitely not now.
Okay.
And because of that, the Cybertruck from that perspective is actually doing pretty okay. They're just not priced for the everyday layman. And to give you an example of that, the Cybertruck long range version, the one that I told you that I really don't like, it's about $10,000 to $20,000 less than the all-wheel drive version. They sold out of that one. That trim went pretty quick. I honestly didn't think it would sell. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I really didn't think it was going to sell. I thought it was pretty bad. Let me rephrase that. The truck is not bad. It's just stripped down of more than $20,000 worth of things than if you were to get the all-wheel drive. But because it sold so well, is because it was starting to enter that price range where people were willing to buy it. It started to do really well. In Korea, Tesla has taken a different approach. They are now marketing this as a, well, luxury truck.
The SUV is the luxury truck.
Not
No,
SUV.
the Cybertruck, because they're just doing the regular Cybertruck. They're just not bringing it to. Are they bringing it to North Korea too? Is Kim Jong-un going to have a Cybertruck?
It might get deactivated the moment it crosses the line.
I don't know. Maybe they're friends. Maybe Elon and Kim Jong-un are friends.
Yeah, but how would they charge it? They like get blackouts every night.
I mean, that's what the U.S. tells us.
No, you can see it from space. There's South Korea and there's a little black hole from space. Yeah, they're
Kim Jong-un, if you're listening to this, you may want to get into the Tesla solar panels. Yeah, just saying.
Nope, South Korea, they're now getting the Cybertruck. Folks are actually lining up over there for it. They're actually getting really excited for the Cybertruck over there. They can't wait for it to get there. Like I said, it's only the second place outside of the U.S. that they've actually put the Cybertruck on sale. And unlike here in the U.S., they're marketing it as a premium luxury vehicle. And that's the way the Cybertruck should have been marketed
In the first place.
from the beginning, because from that standpoint, it's actually doing not that badly. The numbers are falling in line about where a luxury truck would actually be. And I think that's quite appropriate. And they've also raised the price in Korea. The price for the all-wheel drive version in Korea is $100,000, $100,000 US dollars. It's $115,000 for the Beast, which that is not including the Lux package, which they have over here when they increase the price of the Beast here in the US. That is the base price for the vehicle over there. Now, a lot of that may be due to tariffs. We just don't know, truth be told. But they did increase the price of the Cybertruck over in Korea. Got to be kidding me.
Good ambiance. So you guys, remember that we're on a dock. So we've got all kinds of ambience going. But trust me, when I say Atlanta's beautiful right now, it is smooth sailing out here. The wind is blowing just so. You may hear a dog or two. Just ignore it.
Mad dogs. That dog's probably a mile away, truth be told. But yeah, so Korea, they got the Cybertruck. They got the luxury Cybertruck. If they've been working on this Cybertruck SUV for the last, what would be a minimum of 9 months to a year at this point, I could foresee a release somewhere next summer. And that would coincide nicely with the way they've been releasing vehicles. Because like you said, Tesla has been criticized and they've taken hits for not releasing vehicles in a timely fashion. Yet this year, we have already seen them release, let's see, 1, 2, I want to say 3. We've seen 2 releases. No, I was right. We've seen 3 releases so far, and there's a 4th one they just put out, and maybe a 5th. What we have is the Model Y, the Model YL, Model 3 Plus, Model Y Performance, and the 5th one is potentially the cheaper model, which Tesla keeps, hinting at, but has not actually.
Did you already mention the Juniper?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So
we're
4 to
talking
5.
Yeah, we're talking 4 to 5 models in 1 year. So definitely Tesla has been taking notice of the refreshes, and that's not including the X and S. I don't want to call it a refresh, but they kind of
tweaked it. So
they tweaked it. Yeah, they tweaked it. I don't want to really call it a refresh, but they've tweaked it. So they've definitely been listening to their customers, and that they should have newer models available, and Cybertruck SUV would be quite timely come next summer. So let us know what you think in the comments below, whether or not you think Tesla is actually serious about this, whether or not you think they're going to bring it to the US and let us try this new SUV out. Would you actually get the SUV? Would you think about it?
I actually would consider getting the SUV. I think that I already have an SUV. It fits what I like. I'm not an F-150 kind of guy, so a Cybertruck is kind of a stretch for me. But the SUV would kind of fit my personality a little bit more.
I want to see how we're going to customize this one. Oh, that'd be sick.
Oh yeah, I have to put the Setting the Tone logo on there or something. STT, Setting the Tone. Or maybe I'll just put Manifest That Ish.
That works too. I like it.
You know, that works, right?
That works. Well, hey, thanks for joining us. Don't forget to keep up with us, like and subscribe. And oh yeah, by the way, if you get a chance, hype us up. Hype on YouTube if you can. We really appreciate it. If you want to see more of this content, like and subscribe. And we'll see you again soon. Peace.